What's good, Wizards fans? Is your host, the real Ed Oliver and Brandon Scott. The Washington Wizards lose to the Boston Celtics 132 to 122, and they also lost to the Bulls over the weekend. We were there to get you guys some insight. So we're going to recap both games. Let's get to it.
You are Locked On Wizards, your daily Washington Wizards podcast. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
So thank you guys for making Locked On Wizards your first listen every day. We are free and available wherever you get podcasts. Today's episode is brought to you by Monopoly Go. I admit it, I have a competitive side, and it is a big fan of Monopoly Go, the mobile hit twist on classic Monopoly. So join your friends and download Monopoly Go, now free on the App Store or Google Play. All right, it's your host, the real Ed Oliver and Brandon Scott. We're going to recap both games from the weekend. The Bulls game, we both went to that game. That was the last home game of the season, and the season is officially over. They did give away free T-shirts at the game. That was a more competitive game than this one was tonight, where they had many opportunities to win that game. They ended up losing 129 to 127. The Wizards did end the season with the worst record in franchise history. And then I also want to look up really quick before we get started the draft odds. Or we can just get started. I'll find that information where they finished off as far as like percentage. The Wizards lottery odds, they include these percentages for the top four picks. They are tied for the best chance to pick first overall. Number one, 14%. Number two, 13%. Number three, 12%. Number four, 12%. So we'll see what happens with the percentages with the lottery coming up in the next couple months. But let's start off with the Bulls game. What were your thoughts on what did you see? What went well for the Wizards, or who played well in that game against the Chicago Bulls?
Like you said, man, very winnable game, very close game. Just we didn't capitalize in the moments that we were supposed to. A lot of that had to do rebounding. We got out rebounded that night. You look at Torrey Craig, man, 15 rebounds. Sanago, guy that I've never even heard of, got 20 rebounds, man. So it was that kind of night. But like I said, we were in position to win the game, and just like I said, we didn't capitalize in the moments that we were supposed to. And I do believe that being out rebounded had somewhat of an impact on that. Looking at the individual stats, start with Corey Kispert. In 39 minutes, 23 points, 7 rebounds, 6 assists. He shot 8 for 15 for the field, 6 for 11 from 3. So he was definitely money with the jumper that night. 3 turnovers, but 1 block. So he definitely had a really, really good game shooting the ball. Same goes with Turbo, a.k.a. Denny Avia, 24 points, 12 rebounds, 8 assists, 2 short of a triple-dub, 9 for 15 for the field, 1 for 4 from 3. And he did miss three free throws, but he definitely needs to work on that. But overall, great game. Johnny Davis, man, look, Johnny Davis, he waited till almost the last game of the year, but he ultimately showed up, man. 15 points, 5 for 8 for the field, 4 from 5 from 3. So definitely giving us a sneak peek what we could potentially see next year. Some improvement, and definitely what we expect from Johnny, man. Patrick Baldwin Jr. is kind of the same. He definitely had a really good game. 18 points, 12 rebounds, 4 assists, shooting 7 for 12, including 3 for 7 from 3. So, we said outside of rebounding, which, he shown that he can rebound at a high clip. But, putting the ball on the floor and creating his own shot is definitely something that we both mentioned we want to see from him. To definitely expand his game, going beyond being just a three-point shooter. And he played a really good game. 1 steal, 1 block, only 1 turnover. And then Tristan Vukcevic, man, 19 points, 5 for 11 from the field, 2 for 7 from 3, 7 for 9 from free throws, 1 block, 1 steal. Again, a really good game. Obviously, defensively, as a rim protector, he's not looking too shabby, but obviously lateral movement on defensively is definitely something he needs to work on. But I do think he's going to be able to evolve this offseason, and definitely intrigued to see how good he can be defensively. And getting to the bench real quick, Jared Butler, great game off the bench, 15 points, 10 assists, 6 for 9 from the field, 2 steals. And Eugene Amarui, 12 minutes, 7 points, Anthony Gill, 4 points, and Justin Champagnie in 17 minutes, 2 points. So again, they were in a position to win the games, but ultimately, like I said, the moments where they needed to shine, they couldn't pull through, and it's just one of those games where both teams fought hard for this win, man, and just definitely a culture game for us, man, because we fought a team who I believe, looking at the standings, Chicago is a play-in team, so a team that has aspirations for a playoff spot. So not too shabby. I like what I saw from, especially the starting five. Nothing against my man Jared Butler off the bench, but the starting five, they really shine, especially PBJ and my man Johnny Davis.
Yeah, definitely some positives there. It was the end of the game was definitely disappointing. I mean, it was more of a I hate to call it a preseason game, but it kind of was. There's a lot of backups in there, not a lot of starters. It was definitely a developmental kind of game where Denny played well. He had a double-double. He finished with 24 and 12, but he's got to make his free throws. He's got to make his free throws where he missed the free throw at the end to potentially tie it, and then we still had a chance to tie it to go into overtime where Corey missed a tough layup, but it was a tough layup. There was a play where they fouled where they were down by, I want to say by 3, with 32 seconds left. They fouled when they should not have fouled, but they got lucky because the big man that you brought up, Sinago, who went to UConn, I believe. Yeah, he went to UConn, and he missed the free throw. He missed a couple free throws down the stretch that helped us stay in the game. But they had a lot of opportunities to tie the game. They just dropped the ball. Denny missing that free throw. Corey missing that shot down the stretch. Vucevic played really well. He had a really nice behind-the-back pass. I want to say that was in the second quarter. And Pat Baldwin stepped up. He brought up the double-double. Denny had a double-double. Johnny Davis had one of his better games of the season. 4 for 5 from the three-point line. Vucevic played well. I just want to see him rebound the ball more. Only 1 board and 1 assist. You're 7 feet tall. You got to rebound the ball more. Corey with 23, 6 threes at the 6'3", 6 for 11 from the field. And Eugene played hard with 7 points. Jared Butler, once again, 15 points and 10 assists, had a double-double. Of course, defensively on both sides, there was just no defense played at all. Javonte Green with 24. Javon Carter had 20 points and 12 assists. Sanogo had 22 and 20. It was just not much defense at all, but a solid developmental game to end the year on a high note. Kind of on a high note for Johnny and Pat Baldwin Jr. just to show some potential for sure. So it was good to see that from those guys. Just see some positives for Johnny, just to have some positive momentum for him going into the off season. Whether he plays in a summer league with the Wizards or somewhere else or whatever happens with his situation going into the off season, whether he's going to be here next year, it was good to see him have some positive momentum. So overall, solid showing, definitely a winnable game, but they wanted to lose anyway so they could have those best lottery odds, between them and the Pistons. That was really the main focus for that game. A lot of guys out. Jordan Poole, non-COVID illness, he didn't play. He wasn't in the building. Brandon and myself were there, so we got to talk to a couple guys. We got to talk to Corey Kispert. We got to talk to Johnny Davis. Johnny Davis had pretty quick answers. Denny Avdia also started at the point guard position, so we told some other people asked Brian Keefe about that. They stole my question. I was going to ask Brian Keefe about that. Brandon did ask Brian Keefe about the coaching search situation, but Brian Keefe, he gave the political answer. He said basically something along the lines where he's just focused on the next game, which was the Celtics game coming up. So, of course, he gave a professional answer. They do have the end of the year media day tomorrow. Brandon will be there, right? You're going to be there?
Sure. Yes,
so
sir.
Brandon will be there. I won't be there myself, but Brandon will be there to ask questions. So it was just good to talk to the guys. Like I said, Johnny had some short answers. Everything was pretty positive, though, for the most part, from the coach and Corey and Johnny. And it was fan appreciation night as well. So it was a good experience just being there in the building, getting to ask the guys questions and stuff like that. So a good experience overall and fan appreciation night. And I got 4 free T-shirts.
Yeah, man, it was a good night, man. Yeah, like I said, Brian Keefe gave the political answer, and I get that, man. You want to keep the focus on the last game, but like I said, he got a response out of these guys, so I definitely think that at the very least he's earned an interview. But obviously there's news where Mike Budenholzer is now a finalist for the Brooklyn Nets job, so that's one guy that could potentially be off the market for the Wizards. So I mean, looking to rebuild, who knows? But obviously, that's subject for another day. But like I said, Johnny Davis, man, yeah, he's pretty quick on the answers, but I get it. But like I said, really good game for Johnny. And like I said, going forward, I'm intrigued to see, working, if he works in this game, and definitely see where, other areas where he needs to improve on it coming in, going into the next seasons. But I'm intrigued, man. I like Johnny. I want to see him succeed, but he's got to put the work in. He's got the offseason to do it. So
definitely 100%. But we got a quick word from Monopoly and Game Time. So we're gonna talk to you guys about that, and then we're gonna move on to the Celtics game. Shout out to Monopoly. Today's episode is brought to you by Monopoly. I've been told I'm a competitive person. Brandon, do you think that's true?
Yes, sir.
Okay, well, yeah, I have a competitive side. We all do. And my competitive side is a big fan of Monopoly Go. I'm sure you heard of it. It's been downloaded over 150 million times. It's a great twist on Monopoly where you play on not one, but hundreds of Monopoly boards in crazy locations, building up amazing cities that bring you big money. But the best part is messing with my friends. I can charge them rent on iconic properties, just like Monopoly, but now I can also rob their vaults of riches for myself, and the leaderboards show me who the biggest Monopoly tycoon is. But it's not just my competitive side that loves it. You can team up with friends and people all around the world in time tournaments to earn huge rewards. So get in the game and join your friends. Download Monopoly Go, now free on the App Store or Google Play. Today's episode is also brought to you by Game Time. Game Time is now an authorized ticket marketplace of Major League Baseball, which makes getting tickets even faster and easier. Prices on Game Time app actually go down the closer it gets to the first pitch. With killer last-minute deals, online prices, views from your seat, and their lowest price guarantee, Game Time takes the guesswork out of buying MLB tickets. Even not just MLB, but WNBA, and I want to say they have the UFL on there, the former XFL league, now called the UFL, with the DC Defenders. They got a couple games coming up. The WNBA is coming up pretty soon, and then Wizards tickets for next year. So you definitely want to use the Game Time app. But definitely with MLB this season, the Nats, O's, whichever game, you definitely want to use the Game Time app, where you can see your seats from in the venue on the app, lowest price guaranteed, event cancellation protection, job loss protection, etc. Last minute tickets, flash deals, and zone deals. Take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use Locked On NBA for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account and redeem code LOCKEDONNBA for $20 off. Download the Game Time app today. Last minute tickets, lowest price guaranteed. Also, make sure you guys check out the NFL mock draft. It's Locked On NFL mock draft live on April 17th at 7 o'clock, streaming on the Locked On Sports Today 24/7 streaming channel on YouTube or the free Amazon Fire TV channels app. Find the Ultimate 6-episode series on April 17th at 7 o'clock to hear who the local Locked On experts are picking for every NFL franchise, with live reactions from local college football experts and even the fantasy football angle. The Locked On NFL mock draft on April 17th at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, streaming live on Locked On Sports Today 24/7 streaming channel on YouTube or the free Amazon Fire TV channels app. All right, Brandon, so what were your thoughts on the Celtics game today?
Man, this game was lost on the perimeter, man. I mean, they shot the lights out on us, man. Pritchard, almost 40 points, almost got a triple-double, man. He shot 15 for 21, 4 for 6 from 3. Mihailuk, 6 for 8 from 3. Hauser, who he's known to be a Wizards killer at times, 4 for 11 from 3. So the list goes on. The perimeter was the big detriment for this team tonight. But looking at our guys, the starting five had an underwhelming game. I mean, Corey Kispert in 32 minutes played, only 8 points, 3 rebounds, 8 assists, but 3 for 9 from the field, 0 for 5 from 3, so not his best night. I think he's already on vacation, which is, I totally get it. Denny Avia, again, a very underwhelming night, but I get it, last game of the year. But, 9 points, 2 assists, 3 of 11 from the field, 1 for 5 from 3. Johnny Davis, 3 for 5 from the field, but 6 points. Patrick Baldwin Jr. did have a really good game, though. 7 rebounds to add to 17 points, 6 for 11 for the field, 4 for 7 from 3. 2 steals, 1 block, 1 turnover. Not too shabby. Anthony Gill playing the small ball 5. 17 minutes, 12 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, 5 for 11 5 for 12 from the field. Now the second unit, this is the unit that actually shined tonight. Jared Butler, 22 minutes, 7 assists, 9 for 19 for the field, 2 for 4 from 3, including a block and a steal. Jules Bernard, 13.6 rebounds. Amarui, led all Wizard scorers with 26 points. So my man Eugene did his thing, 26 points, 11 for 17 from the field, 4 for 6 from 3. So y'all don't forgot my man can shoot some 3-pointers now. So, definitely need to look out for him on the perimeter, man. But look, good game for Eugene. Justin Champagny, 9 points in 20 minutes, 4 for 9 for the field. So, yeah, I think that last game of the year, the Celtics obviously sitting their guys down for, getting ready for the playoffs. And our guys their minds are already on the plane. So, it's just an underwhelming night. I get it. But the young guys did capitalize. Like I said, Eugene came in, provided quality minutes. Definitely a good showing from him. 26 points, very efficient with the shot. And Jared Butler again proved why he earned the contract. He's been a really good backup point guard for this team, and I think that he definitely deserves that spot next year, depending on what they do with point guard, whether they roll with Jordan Poole or we go through the draft. But when the vision going forward for the team is more clear. I like to see him being a backup point guard, man, because he played well this year, in my opinion. He definitely earned a contract, just like Jordan Goodwin last year. And again, that's a testament to the Capital City Go-Go getting these guys ready to play in the event that we need them to play, and they continue to do that. So overall, yeah, I think that Denny and Corey were already on the plane, on a vacation, and the young guys, they shine. But ultimately, Boston, they get ready for the playoffs, and it's tough to win in Boston on normal circumstances. But when, so it is what it is.
Yeah, I'm sorry. These comments are just so funny, man. Before we get the comments later, but yeah, this Celtics game, it was definitely one to forget. Peyton Pritchard putting up 38 points is just inexcusable. But like I said, these last couple games really are like preseason games. They are developmental games. No Tatum, no Jaylen Brown, no Porzingis, no Derek White, no Drew Holiday. Of course, on our side, a bunch of guys out. No Kuz, Jordan Poole, a bunch of guys out. Our guys, just ready for Cancun, and you could see it. But a couple of guys did play hard. Eugene played really hard, 26 points, hit 4 threes, played with his hair on fire like he did all the time. Every game that he played in. Jared Butler playing hard. We talked to Jared Butler, and he said the whole thing where he wants to be a cockroach, whatever that means. But we get what he was saying and trying to say. But shout out to him for getting the contract. He played hard tonight, 22 points, 7 assists. And Julian Champagny, 9 points. And Anthony Gill, he always plays hard. And Pat Baldwin played pretty well the last couple games. Had a couple double-doubles, had 17 and 7 rebounds tonight, 4 threes. Corey Kispert struggled, and Denny struggled. Corey Kispert 0 for 5 from the three-point line, and Denny struggled 3 for 11. And 1 for 5 from the three-point line. And then Johnny kind of, I'm not going to say regressed back to what he's been doing, but 6 points. He didn't even shoot a 3 tonight. It was 0 for 0, just didn't even attempt one. So that was odd. After he hit 4 threes, you don't even try to shoot a 3. I know each game is different. There's different opportunities. The defenses are different. And they like you brought a Mihailuk. You did a good job pronouncing his last name, but Svi Mihailuk, goodness gracious, he went off. He had an alley-oop in the beginning of the game where, I know he's athletic, but yeah, he just really got up for that alley-oop dunk, and he started off the game with like 4 for 4 or something like that. Pritchard had 22 at the half. Svi Mihailuk shot 10 for 13. Pritchard 15 for 21, 38 points, 12 assists, fooled around, almost got a triple-double. Like Ice Cube, 9 rebounds, and Keita, 19 points and 9 boards. So we almost let another big man get 20 and 20, or 20 points and 10 boards like we did with Sonogo. And so I mean, this was, like I said, it was kind of like another preseason game, summer league game type of feel to it. And I mean, some guys, like I said, they play hard, but the defense was non-existent. You give 132 points. So I mean, not much analysis for this game, to be honest with you, with this being the last game of the season. But it was good to see Pat Baldwin play well and Jared Butler play well. Man, and then no Vucevic. I was kind of disappointed that Vucevic didn't play. I did see him injure his ankle during the Bulls game, but I kind of felt like, I'm not gonna be upset that he didn't play, but I feel like he could have. I'm not gonna say I know he could have played. I would have liked to see him play, but I like what I've seen from him, so I'm not really, worked up over him not playing. And I do think he should play in the summer league.
Yeah.
Johnny Davis definitely needs to play in the summer league, so I definitely want to see Vucevic playing some. Pat Baldwin needs to play in the summer league too. But yeah, I'm really excited to see Vucevic play in the summer league, and of course, years to come for this roster.
Absolutely. Like you said, they were already thinking about vacation. But I'll say this. Jared Butler and Eugene Emery, man, gave you a glimpse of the future. And I think both of them, and I saw the comment. They definitely gave you. Oh, man. Yeah, man. Armand, you're a trip, man.
Right.
Like I said, gave you a glimpse into the future a little bit. Because look, Emery, he's a dog. Every team needs a dog, man. So I definitely think he deserved a spot on the team going forward, man. And Jared Butler, I mean, much deserved contract. So I think the future's bright. It's just we get it. You get, it's all about the journey. And I get it when you're going through the journey. It's like, oh man, this is something else. But it's all about the journey. Obviously we still have a long road ahead of us, but it was fun watching these young guys prosper. It was fun watching Denny evolve offensively. It was fun watching Corey Kispert become that 3-level guy, putting a lot more effort on the defense, man. Bilal, you see his potential. So, Jordan Poole taking his L's and moving on. Johnny, taking his L's and moving on. So it was intriguing to see this team grow.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So it was a
big Did Johnny like when you said that?
Johnny came real short. I don't know if you like that, but I'm pretty sure he's tired of hearing, man, we're going to improve one. So I get it, man. I mean, seemed like a real humble young man, so I definitely get it, man. But, yeah, last game of the year, they were checked out. But Eugene showed, again, he showed a glimpse of, we have some talent here. We have some young guys who are ready to play. And I definitely believe that every team needs that Dennis Rodman. Every team needs that Draymond Green. Every team needs that dog like Emery. So, it's really, really good seeing him eat tonight, and definitely intrigued to see what he can do next year. So we're going to get into comments, and then we're going to say goodbye to my dude, man. But before we do, I'm going to make this commercial last. You watch. But before we do, today's episode is brought to you by PrizePicks. So you wondering, what is PrizePicks? PrizePicks is America's #1 fantasy sports app with more than 3 million members. It's the easiest, most exciting way to get in on the action while you watch your favorite sports and players. You pick more than or less than the stat projections, and you watch the winnings roll in. Get in on the playoff action and win up to 100 times your money on PrizePicks as you and the world's best players take the game to a new level during basketball's postseason. Because as you guys know, the playoffs begin April 20th and the play-in round starts April 16th and is also on the 17th and 19th of April. So you can also win up to 100 times your money on PrizePicks with as little as 4 correct picks. And I believe with 3, you still get money back. You can win $10 or you can turn $10 into $1,000 with basketball, hockey, college basketball. Entries today on PrizePicks, America's #1 sports app. So all you have to do is go to, I just had it. Okay, download the app today and use promo code Locked On for the first deposit match up to $100. And again, look, y'all, all you have to do is download the app today and use promo code Locked On NBA for a first deposit match up to $100.
Yes, sir. Dean Pomero, thank you. Yes, I got it recorded on my phone as well. I'm pretty sure I do. But thank you for the having the words explained in the transcript. Yeah, he said, quote, all of the above, I want to be resilient. I want to be like a roach. When the bomb drops, I'm still crawling or surviving. I know that one's on YouTube as well. They didn't put my question to Denny on YouTube, so it is what it is on that. But
yeah.
I do, that is what Jared Butler said. So I totally get what he was saying. Definitely an interesting answer. But once again, guys, yeah, this is my last episode with Locked On. I may take a Jordan year off. I may take a Della Don year off and come back. We'll see what the future holds. You never know, but I've enjoyed working with Brandon these past 2 seasons. It's been awesome. He's helped to elevate the channel. He helped us get our foot in the door with media credentials. We don't get in there without him. Doing that and talking to the right people, getting us in there for sure. So that was huge. So we could bring you guys insight. Brandon's been going to the practices, making the channel better, giving good questions to Wes Until Jr. before he was transitioned to a different role. So it's been a blast. Comments have been funny. We always enjoy you guys' comments. Of course, there's been some crazy comments from a certain fan base, but we still love that certain fan base too. Shout out to the Denny stands and whatnot. But, you guys have been super loyal to the channel, win, lose, or draw with a lot of losses this year. The whole Bradley Beal trade and all that situation with the solid 3 and that, that middle tier Tommy Shepard situation that year. So that was a lot of fun. All the trades going down, the rebuild. You guys rock with us. And, I think that was like the most views we ever got was the Bradley Beal trade. One of those videos. So it was a lot of fun rocking with you guys for the ups and downs for sure. A lot of fun for sure. And there's definitely a lot of comments that I'll remember. Some crazy comments that you guys had. So I just thank you guys for supporting the channel, supporting me for sure the past 3 seasons.
My man E. Look, man, I owe it all to you, bro. You already know that, man. We've had a good time, man. I had a blast, gained a co-host, gained a friend, gained a brother. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're my guy, man. So, like I said, I know we're gonna hang out, man, but it's I'm definitely gonna miss doing this for a little bit, man. You definitely take that year out, try baseball a little bit. Come on back, man. Come on back, man. But I'm definitely gonna miss this, man, because we definitely formed the best backcourt in the DMV, man. So I'm just saying, it's definitely fun. But like I said, I do believe that, when one chapter closes, another one, God blesses you by opening another one, man. So I definitely, I know by knowing you that regardless what you choose to do, you're gonna be successful. You know what I'm saying? So God is definitely gonna bless you in your future endeavors, man. And I do believe that. So
definitely, man. I appreciate it, man. Yeah, we'll definitely hang out and link up like we always done. Go to Commanders game, Wizards games, everything like that, and just enjoy time for sure. So so it's been a good ride. Thank you guys for the good comments as well. Eric Isaac says good luck in your future endeavors. Like I said, Armand had the funny comment where he said I'm gonna be on Greenberg and Betterman, and just some funny comments about the new co-host that may be joining you. They said Wes, Tommy, and Johnny, or Wes Unseld Jr. and Johnny Davis is taking my spot. So there's definitely some funny comments in here for sure.
Man, don't be shooting them air balls and locked on, man. Look, I'm sorry, but
but yeah, here's some serious questions as well. Area 11_T. What's something you'd like to see an improvement in next season? For me, it's not letting guys go off for career nights versus us or versus is all the time. So I know Brandon, I know you got a couple episodes coming up before the draft and whatnot. So I know those would be some good questions for later on. But yeah, we can answer a couple of them tonight. There's a couple more. I think Denver said Denny looks tired. Yeah, you can kind of see some of the fatigue. He's ready for Cancun. Yeah. Looks like Denny doesn't want to play. I wonder why. And Desan says, Denny and Corey haven't played with an ounce of effort tonight on offense or defense. They're ready for vacation. They're ready for Cancun. And DMV for Life also said, the month of April turns Johnny into a legit NBA player. If it's any other time, he's awful. Probably because he plays against lesser talent right now compared to earlier in the year. Yeah, he is playing against lesser talent. And just in April, they give him a chance. They just kind of throw the ball out, let him play. They don't really yank him for mistakes. They're just like, okay, Johnny, just go ahead and play, and he gets the opportunity to start. So yeah, this time in April, but it's just it's too little, too late, unfortunately. Like I said, it just has a summer league feel. It has a preseason feel to it. So I like Johnny to get these opportunities in the regular season, but he didn't play consistently enough to get those opportunities, and he just didn't play well enough. So, like I've been saying all season, we'll see what happens, but he certainly has to play in summer league, whether it's with the Wizards or wherever else. He's going to have to play in summer league and prove himself and continue that into the regular season for, like I said, whether it's the Wizards or somewhere else. But yes, a lot of starters are resting for the playoffs or just, they're just, a lot of starters aren't playing. This is the time where Johnny plays like we talked about last year. Isaiah Todd started in the game, or he had a lot of playing time last year. So that's just the kind of a situation these games are. G.G. Jackson had 40 points a day. Kenneth Lofton had like 20 points at halftime. Peyton Pritchard had 38. Peyton Pritchard is a good player, but if everybody's playing, I highly doubt that Peyton Pritchard is even going to get a chance to score that much because Tatum's going to play, Jaylen Brown, Porzingis, Derek White, Drew Holiday. There's just a lot of stuff that happened today in a normal game. Everybody playing, and not just the Wizards, but a lot of teams. You look at a lot of other teams, there's a lot of crazy numbers put up by guys that are, second string kind of guys, developmental guys.
Yeah, I mean, looking at Johnny, man, it was good to see him drop those 4 threes against Bulls, man. I'm just saying. But, he's got some work ahead of him, and he knows that. My thing is this: if they retain him and they look at him maybe as a part of the future, put him in the best situation to succeed. Definitely play on his strengths. He's not a point guard. He's not so much, he shot 4 for 5. He's definitely working on that 3-point shot. But I think we need to definitely play him to his strengths, which is the mid-range guy, which is a guy, is going to use footwork as opposed to speed, getting past guys. And, like I said, if they retain him, I definitely want to see him succeed, put him in the best situation to succeed. But he's got to be ready to work. Because then, by them bringing him back, if they bring him back, that says something about the front office. Because, look, their first pick's Bilal. So, we'll see how much they want to see him succeed here in D.C. or somewhere else. But, Johnny, definitely want to see him continue to work, man. Definitely continue to work. So,
yeah, solid defender. His potential there. He has potential being a solid defender league, energy guy, high motor guy. He has potential in that aspect of the game. DMV for life also said, Dasan says, thank you for your contribution to the channel. Congratulations on having watched Johnny Day. See, I'm not going to rag on Johnny, guys. I'm not going to do that tonight. I think I got to talk to him for the first time. So, like I said, he is a nice young man. Of course, being nice doesn't translate to wins and doesn't translate to, basically winning basketball all the time. But I think he's a good guy. Congratulations on not having to watch Johnny Davis anymore like the rest of us. Make sure I'm still going to be watching, guys. I am a Wizards fan, so I'm going to be watching every game. I was watching every game before I started watching Wizards. I'm going to be watching every game next season as well. Make sure you keep watching to see how good Bilal gets in the future. Of course, I'm going to be watching, guys. I'm going to be watching how Bilal, Denny, Corey, all these guys, Jared Butler, Tristan, whoever we draft. So, I'm going to be watching for sure.
Absolutely, man. Like I said, I don't want to get all tearful, man, but I see all these comments, man. Talking about you leaving, man. But
right, yeah. I was doing rapid fire. DMV for life says yes. Shout out and goodbye. Ed. We wish you the best. Shout out to DMV for life. Thank you, man. Thank you, Dasan, as well. Thank you for watching. DMV for life says before Ed leaves, we need his Wisdom MVP, most improved, and most disappointing player of the year. Ooh, good questions, man. Most improved. It's between Denny and Jared Butler. Jared Butler coming in for him to be in the G League and come on the team and earn a contract like that. I thought he played really, really well. He is a guy that really, really improved throughout the season. And I think he deserved the contract that he got. For MVP, it's kind of like, do we really even have one, to be honest? If I had to pick somebody, I don't even know, honestly. I do think Denny improved during the season.
Yeah.
Denny, yeah, like I said, it's between Denny and Jared for most improved. And then as far as MVP, man, I guess I would have to go with maybe Kuz.
Yeah.
Maybe Kuz, and then Denny at times, in that second half of the year. But I don't think we really had one, to be honest. And then disappointing player of the year. I would say it was going to be Jordan Poole in that first half. If Jordan Poole didn't play the way he did in the second half of the year, it was clearly by far going to be Jordan Poole, just by far. And then after that, I hate to rag on Johnny again, but I would say kind of Johnny, just because you didn't really see a leap at the beginning of the year. I was kind of like, oh, he's just not getting a chance. But even then, when he got the opportunities, it wasn't like he was showing much. So it's really between the first half, Jordan Poole by far, and then a little bit of Johnny. But that first half of Jordan Poole was hard to watch, and he was getting booed, and it was hard to blame the fans that were booing him. He earned being the most disappointing player of the year in that first half of the year.
Yeah, let's see. Wizards MVP, I'm rolling with G Wiz. Most of I guess MVP, I got to roll with Denny, man. It's tough because to me, most valuable player on the team between him and Kuz, in my opinion. Let's see, most improved since Denny the most valuable. I'm gonna say Jared Butler. He earned that contract. He really earned that backup point guard. The assist numbers, the dog, the mentality. I like what I saw from him, so I'm definitely gonna give him most improved, most disappointing. And like I said, I hate to rag on Johnny, man. Like I said, very humble young guy, man. Great attitude, great work ethic. But I felt like it was Patrick Baldwin Jr. to a point until he started contributing in other ways. And I was like, but it's gonna be Johnny, man. I hate to say that, but it is what it is. He's got, if he's retained, he's got to work his ball off this offseason. He's got to work his ball off this offseason and really show what he can do, because like I said, how much loyalty is this new front office going to have for Johnny? So it's going to be very interesting to see what they do with him long term. But yeah, I mean, most valuable player, I roll with Denny, man, just because he stepped his game up offensively at big time. So now teams are recognizing that he's a threat. But his vision, man, to the point where you start to see what he could do as a point forward. Now, obviously, you're going to have a primary ball handler and point guard, but I think that he should definitely be the secondary ball handler next year, man. So he definitely gave us a glimpse of what we can expect in the future with him. So,
right. Thank you, DMV for life as well. Area 11_T. Shout out to Ed for doing this thing on here. Thank you, Area 11_T. Shout out to you. And then Plain Opsis says, thank you, Ed. Wishing you and your loved ones the best. I hope you'll come back on as a guest. Oh, definitely, for sure. Of course. Definitely. Sure. Shout out to Plain Opsis as well. This was the last question. Hypothetically, what possible suitors can fit in our system only if we prepare a trade package involving cruising off season? That's a good question. I guess when I do get back on with Brandon, I'll make sure to answer that question. But just thinking off the top of my head, really just some guys in the draft. I'm trying to think of some current players that we could I don't see us really trading for anybody unless we just trade Kuz and possibly sign and trade Tyus. But no, that's a good question. I got to look at the free agency pool too. I know we're not going to spend a lot of money in free agency. So just as far as like adding guys, I haven't had a chance to kind of dive other than the draft. I haven't really looked at like free agents and other guys that we could potentially trade for coming up this off season, really. So I don't really have a list of guys in my head other than the draft at this point.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to be real active in free agency. It is going to be small moves here and there, but I think the only guy could potentially be moved is Kuzma. But again, they really don't have to be in a hurry to move Kuz because even if you get a guy who is at the 4, you still want to develop him, and you really you don't really have to be in a rush to put him in the fire right away. So. Yeah, I don't think we're going to be very active. The draft, I think, is going to be our time to shine. But, I mean, I would say, obviously right now we're definitely going to be in the run for number 1. So you try to get Sar, in my opinion, because he can play the 4. He's 7-footer at 4, man. I mean, I'm just trying to tell you there's potential there. Obviously, he has things to work on, especially offensively. But Sar would be my choice. Zachary Richard is another guy. He's a wing, intriguing. So, again, this is a kind of a developmental draft. You're not going to find anybody is going to come in and contribute right away. So, the Wizards, they're going to look at this draft that, future. What can this guy do for us in the future as opposed to now? So, but it's going to be intriguing. I'm just saying.
Right. Good question there. Shout out to you as well. And Kill Lopez says the Wizards are 0-8 without Jordan Poole. Darn, they really need JP. Let's look at their record with Jordan Poole. They were 15-67 with Jordan Poole. So, the numbers really tell you something there. But shout out to Jordan Poole. I'm happy that he improved after the All-Star break for sure. But yeah, like I said, as far as the suitors, it would be some more guys in the draft. I mean, because when you trade Kuz, you're looking to get picks back. They turned down the Dallas trade. That was probably going to be a first-round pick. So, I mean, look at the draft. I mean, you're probably going to get a mid-round pick. So, I mean, look at some of the mid-round guys in the draft. That's kind of the guys you would look at. Pink Difference says they look tired or sick. A lot of people saying that tonight about Denny and Corey, just saying that they were ready to go home. Shout out to you too, man. He says, best of luck to you, Ed. Leave a little draft left for us both, football and basketball. Shout out to you, Sheldon T. Yeah, definitely. I mean, Jaden Daniels number 2.
Yes, sir.
And then the Wizards, I'm fine with Sar. I'm fine with Stephon Castle. I'm definitely fine with those guys at the top of the draft. For me, area 11T, and then Adventures in my magnificent lane. Shout out to you, man. He says, I'm never coming, but I watch every episode. I want to say thank you to Ed, who's every time I click subscribe. Thank you for watching, man. I appreciate you, Adventures. Definitely, man. Appreciate you for that.
Yes, sir.
And Ed says, I watched the end of the game just so I could witness one of the worst seasons of basketball I've ever watched come to an end. Also, good luck to Ed. You're a good host with a sick name. Yeah, definitely, man. That's a cool name you got there, man. That's a cool name you got.
Absolutely.
Right. And then Dan says, while this was a rough season, but I loved every episode, you guys. Let's hope for luck in the draft lottery. Thank you for supporting, man. Shout out to you, Dan, as well. And Yanni Halevi says, "Yo, Ed, from all the Israeli fans, thank you for always being fair with our boy. For good and bad, yeah, thank you, man. Yeah, definitely a roller coaster ride with you guys watching Denny play for sure. But I definitely thank you for the support, and I definitely thank you for that, Yanni, for sure."
Absolutely. Let's see. Red Wings 01 said they should have let Denny set. He wasn't himself today. Yeah, Denny was already at Dallas. So I don't think he was thinking about that game, man. He's ready for Dallas, man. So I get it. I definitely get it.
Right. But yeah, we'll wrap it up. A couple more comments. Ain't no half Stefan says playoff predictions, Ed, please. Yeah, I'm gonna try to get to those before I leave. Frezzo says enjoy your takes all year. Ed Brandon has confidence to carry on the legacy with intelligence and integrity. Both were humble stars. Yeah, Brandon's gonna do a heck of a job. He's gonna do a heck of a job for sure.
Appreciate you. Man.
Also, let me see here. What other comments we got? Red Wings, Kiddo Red. Hopefully a successful draft will be enough to bring it back. Let's see here. Eric Castro, I'm gonna miss you too, man. I appreciate you for listening. And shout out to Omer L. Don't shed any tears, man. He said we need you here, Ed. And Eric Eisen says, good luck in your future endeavors. Shout out to Uptown Dre. He always watches the show as well. He's always commenting. And Shakespeare, no, I will be. I still will be doing my Commanders podcast. Brandon is a channel member on my show, my YouTube channel. So he definitely will be coming on my YouTube channel very soon as well. We'll be doing a show together on that, and then so I will still be doing my Commanders YouTube.
Oh, I can't wait, man. Football season coming up. Yes, sir. I mean, Armand brings up a good point.
Mm-hmm.
You gonna make Brandon do all the ad reads next year? Come on, Ed.
Well, no, I mean that is you got to read. Now you got to read Monopoly. That's a new one, so that should be a fun one, And the funny part about the Monopoly is that you got right. You got to ask yourself a question whether you're competitive or not. So you got to answer the question yourself about yourself.
And then I need BetterHelp.
Right there you go. Well, now you won't be able to jinx my FanDuel bets anymore. When you do FanDuel,
yeah,
but yeah, we need like three more, and then we'll wrap it up for tonight. Red Wing says, "Gonna miss seeing you on here." Ed Omer L says, "Good luck, Ed South." Made man in California. Good luck. Thank you, man. I appreciate it, Dan. I'm gonna miss you as well. And I'll sign off. I don't want it to be like a Will Smith episode at the end when he's in a room all by himself and stuff. He's just looking around, like that, So, but Crystal Scott, shout out to Crystal Scott as well. Shout out to her. She said, "Hope to see you as a guest in the future. Thank you for your great shows." Yes, I definitely will be on in the future for sure.
Yes, sir. Yeah, we're gonna have you every other day, man. You're gonna be here twice a week, man. Not playing.
Oh man, but yeah, my final prediction: who's gonna win the finals? It's hard to bet against the Nuggets. They look good again.
Yeah,
the Timberwolves 56-26. Can't trust the Clippers as far as I can throw them, as they never stay healthy, and James Harden never really plays well in the playoffs when you really need him.
Yeah,
Mavericks, Luka, Kyrie. They've been playing a lot better, but I just don't trust them either. So I'm going to go Denver on the West again to win the West side. And then I hate to go with one, the first seed on both sides. I mean, the Nuggets are the second seed. But I'm going to go with Boston. They look really good. So I'm going to go with Boston against Denver in the finals. And I hate to say the Celtics, but I'm going to say the Celtics win the championship this year. And I hate to end on that note. Yeah. I hate to for me to say that's the last thing I say, but that's kind of my prediction for the playoffs.
Yeah, Boston wins it. I mean, they got too much depth, man. I mean, Drew, this goes on Tatum, Brown, Porzingis. They're too deep, man. Out of the West is hard though. Thunder, they got the talent, but they don't have the experience. Same thing with Minnesota. So I'm rolling with Denver and Boston. And I'm going to roll with it goes to 7 games, and Boston wins in 7 games. So that's what I'm rolling with.
Yeah, just what Evan says, man. He says, man, what in the world? Why the you go ahead? You good? Everything's good, guys. I'm just like I said, it's kind of like it may be a Jordan year, a Deladon year, so there's nothing negative why I'm leaving. But like I said, all good things come to an end, and there's definitely more chapters in life. So I definitely will come on as a guest, but I'm just taking the next step in a different chapter of life. For sure. So I have enjoyed these 3 years, and I'm just going to start a new chapter and different things coming up for sure in life and family and just different things. So I'll definitely be back on as a guest or potentially back as a co-host again. We'll see.
Yes, sir, man. So, like I said, I'm gonna miss these times, man. I am, man. I'm gonna miss it.
You ever miss the cough too? Shouldn't be was giving me a hard time with a cough. I was coughing all season, man. Thank you guys for bearing with me on that because I was coughing the whole season. I was so sick this whole season, but Brandon held it down too.
Yeah, I'm gonna miss coughs, man. But like I said, we definitely gonna top it up, man. So, like I said, come back anytime, man, and we go ahead and play baseball for a year, but we gonna get.
Yeah, appreciate you guys. Thank you guys for listening. Of course, make sure you guys subscribe, hit the notification bell, all that. Do that for my guy Brandon. He's going to be a great host as he already is. So make sure you guys subscribe, hit the notification bell as well. Give him all the likes you can, all that stuff. Definitely keep it up. And make sure you guys check out the next one. He's going to give you guys a lot of good draft content. He's going to be there at the draft workouts. So he'll be interviewing some of the draft candidates like Sarr, Dillingham, all those guys. He'll be giving you guys that insight as well. Interviewing some of the coaches and the players tomorrow as well. So that's going to be awesome to hear that. He's going to give you guys a lot of insight, a lot of good stuff. So I'm excited to hear Brandon for this upcoming off season for sure.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Absolutely. So.
Yes, sir. Once again, last one. Hell to the Wizards, y'all. Hell to the Wizards. Hell to the Wizards. Peace.
Peace.